Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/citizenho. Over 150,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player.
Hello there.
Hola.
And welcome to episode 103 of Citizen Ho. I'm Scott.
I'm Kevin.
And here's the news.
We've tried that joke already.
Okay. And here's not the news.
And we've already established we are definitely not, we should not be a news source.
Why is that, Kevin? Please explain.
I think we would be like the epitome of fake news, essentially.
we would be the definition of the hashtag.
Yeah, kind of. If you were to rely on us for your news, that's probably why there's a problem with fake news.
It's like watching not necessarily the news from HBO in the 80s.
Oh, God.
Is that on HBO Go?
Not that I know of.
I know the Late Shift is on there.
Is it?
Yeah.
I like that movie.
Did you see the Madoff movie?
No, I did not.
I want to watch that. Their made-for-TV movies are usually pretty good.
For the most part. I mean, I've been terrible about watching movies in general lately. What are you doing?
And a
Dave?
little Aaron.
Okay.
It was warm.
Okay.
The Behind the Candelabra one was pretty good.
Yeah.
Game
Some
Change,
ways a little disturbing. But
Game Change was very good.
Yes, Game Change was good. I was trying to remember which one that was, then I remembered.
Sarah Palin.
Yes. Sarah Palin. The good old days. Except she's back. In some ways.
Worse than ever.
Yeah. I'm the soccer mom from hell. Well, you got the from hell part right, lady.
I still don't know which way is going on. If what's going on is real, or there really is media conspiracy to out him.
I don't know if it's a media conspiracy to out him as much as the media doesn't like him, so therefore they're going to report on any bad stuff that they can. And that's it, and he's calling that out. Mm-hmm. And to some degree, I think maybe, to some degree, he probably has something of a point, but there's also some sketchy shit that his people are involved in. Just like every politician. I don't think what they've done is all that unique, except for the fact that if he really did ask the FBI director to basically halt an investigation into him or his team, yeah, that's a problem.
If he was really being influenced by foreign power and leading our country?
Yeah, that's a little bit of a problem, Orange Locks.
I mean, like, they were not friendly to Clinton in the late 90s either.
No,
and they liked Clinton.
They liked Clinton, but I wouldn't say they were unfriendly.
I don't watch the news as much.
They reported all the Lewinsky stuff, but even that, it was so tongue in cheek because everybody basically said, "Oh, he's getting impeached for having an affair." Basically, that was the gist of it all. And even the media played into that narrative, so I don't think he got
Bush. The media had fun with.
Yeah, Bush, because he's not necessarily an intelligent guy. Although it seems like in his post-presidency, he seems to be a lot more philosophical than he used to,
and a lot more likable. Apparently, he was like walking behind a reporter at a Texas Rangers game, and he waved behind the reporter or something like that.
Okay,
it's kind of funny.
Yeah. So I saw, something about he photobombed somebody.
That's the word. I couldn't think of the term. He photobombed a reporter during the Rangers game.
Yeah. He just had a little fun with it.
Yeah. And him with the poncho at the inauguration was pretty funny.
Oh, well. Just because he couldn't figure out how to get it on properly or something.
Things you never thought you'd say. I miss George W. Bush. But here's the thing that I've even said about Bush is I was not a big Bush supporter.
Yeah, no, neither was I. I was glad when he was gone, but
he actually surrounded himself with decent people.
His vice president was Dick Cheney.
His first Secretary of State was Colin Powell.
Yeah, true.
Colin
Colin Powell left after
the first term.
It was after he lasted the whole term.
A lot of times they'll switch out between terms.
Yeah, okay.
Like it was Hillary Clinton, then it was
Kerry.
John Kerry. Condoleezza Rice was the Secretary of State at the end.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah. I remembered that. I knew it had switched to Condoleezza Rice. I just couldn't remember when.
But Colin Powell confirmed the Senate by a voice vote, I think it's called, all 4 aye. He passed. They didn't even have to do a roll call vote is what they did, or something like that. Did you just break your...
No, it was already broken.
Oh. What is your son doing?
Breaking your house? I don't know.
It's already broken enough. I had the plumber come yesterday. Remember I told you that drain is going slow? He told me that I have to replace a pipe downstairs. It costs $1,200.
Oh, fun.
I'm going to get another estimate.
I guess the Piqua stuff didn't work, or whatever the hell it's called. Why did he say the pipe has to be replaced?
He says the pipe is rusted over and is leaking a little bit. I'm going to get another plumber's opinion because I don't... This company is notoriously expensive.
Yeah, okay.
I have a service.
I don't know that much about plumbing, so...
Yeah. But they charge flat rates, whereas another plumber will just charge you parts and labor.
Yeah.
I'll see what they...
see what happens, that's all.
Yeah. I hate owning a home. See, what do you have to deal with in terms of plumbing and anything?
Basically, the main lines that run from floor to floor in the building, those are the building's responsibility. Mm-hmm. Pretty much anything, what they call any branch lines that go off of that into my apartment are then my responsibility.
Okay.
Unless it was an original branch line from construction of the building. I think then it's the building's responsibility, but that's, how do you prove that? That's where it gets tough.
Do they have are you supposed to use the super for these things, or?
I mean, you can have the super is not a plumber. The super is just a super. You would have, the building has a plumber who, if you don't fix something, they can call in their plumber to do it and then charge you for it. Or you can call in your own plumber. As long as they're licensed by the city, they don't care.
And they have a certificate of insurance on record?
Yeah. As long as they have those things, then it's all good.
Oh, is all your stuff done yet?
No. Actually, I have to bug the contractor again to find out what's going on with the electrician. The plumber's permit is in, and now he just has to wait for the city to clear it.
How long does that take?
Maybe another week, I think.
Did he charge you for it?
He won't charge me directly. I would have to pay the contractor, and what he does with the contractor, I'm not sure. We did tell him that we would be willing to pay him the fee for the permit, so that he's not out that.
That's what you should pay, because I wouldn't give the contractor another dime after that.
Yeah, well, technically anything else should, in theory, be going to the plumber anyway. Actually, anything that I've paid the plumber so far has been a check made out to the plumber. Mm-hmm. Normally, I would just pay the contractor, and he would then pay out his subs, but for whatever reason, there were certain things that I paid the plumber directly.
Will your parents be using this contractor again?
Quite possibly not.
Your dad's not happy with him?
Neither of them are happy with him.
Yeah. But he was fine with your sister's apartment?
Yeah. Look, some of it is because my building is a little bit of a pain about some of these things. But rather than, and I've already told him, look, I agree with you, but this is what we got to do. It is what it is.
Well, he's saying it's being ridiculous?
Huh?
What, he said it's ridiculous that you have to do this stuff?
Not so much this stuff. It was just some of the stuff earlier on. Mm. But, now it's like he's just not really moving himself. And the fact that he didn't read the approval documents when I sent them to him, obviously. Because if he did, the plumbing stuff would have been taken care of a long time ago.
Gotcha.
And I specifically told him that the electrician thing had to be put in, but he didn't tell his electrician, apparently, because I had to speak to the electrician, I think, last week, and tell him, I need to have this cleared with the city. As soon as I told him that, he said, okay, and it's supposedly being taken care of. That was the last I heard. Now I have to.
What you should do is once they process it, you should ask for the claim number so you can track it if you needed to or something like that.
It's
probably more complicated.
There's not. Yeah, it's not. It doesn't really work that way. My father does have some kind of login with the city, so he can actually search to see what permits are open for my apartment, if any. So they've this was already checked as part of due diligence when we bought the apartment that there were no open permits on it. But now we can check and see if it shows any permits being opened. Mm-hmm. And that's what the building's going to check too, is they're going to, before they give me my deposit back, they're going to go and they're going to see if there are any permits that are listed that are still open. If they see that the permits there are closed, then they say, okay, you can have your deposit back. And then
they want to make sure it's closed because otherwise theoretically you could still be doing construction. I get it.
Well, it's not so much theoretically that it can still be doing construction. It's more that basically, it's the city's Department of Buildings signing off saying, yes, this is work that's done up to code.
So will they have to come inspect it now?
In theory, they can, but they don't. And anything, we have pictures of the plumbing work that was done. So they can actually see what was put in that way. Mm-hmm. So they don't have to really inspect. They just have to look at the photos.
And those are attached with the permit?
Yeah. And this was a small enough job that they... they're not going to make a big fuss about it.
What did he do? He just ran a line under the floor from the bathroom?
In the wall. He ran a line.
From your bathroom?
From my bathroom, in the wall, along the wall and around.
I was thinking from Max's bathroom under.
Oh, no.
No.
So, yeah, they just ran the line in there, and they ran a drain line back to tap into the drainage main, and that's it.
I'm not in too much of a rush to do that because it's just a slow drain, and I just spent $3,000 on a floor, so I don't feel like...
It's really a matter of, okay, how leaky is the pipe?
There's no water on the ground. It's just like, if you put your finger on it, it's not like a major leak or anything like that.
Yeah. The only question is, okay, how long is it going to take for it to further deteriorate? And
yeah, the guy said you should do it. It could stay like this for months without a problem. It's probably been like this for a long time already.
Yeah, potentially.
But I also want to get another plumber in to take a look, get a second opinion.
Yeah, well, also just see if somebody can do it for less money.
He also says I might need a new water heater.
Oh, goody.
That I'm going to push off till next year. They were going to charge me $3,000. Home Depot can do it for $700.
Okay.
Who would you go with?
Well, the one thing about Home Depot, yeah, it's cheaper, but you want somebody who's going to go in and do it right.
Oh, no, they install it the same day.
Okay, yeah, well, they install it, but will they, number one, will they handle removing the old water heater?
I'll find out all the details.
And number two is just, will their guys come in and do it properly? It's something you want to make sure that's installed right. You don't want just some random schlepper schmucks coming in and, doing a shit job.
No, this company's good for emergencies, but their prices for regular stuff is just outrageous.
Yeah. Okay.
So today's Memorial Day.
Yay.
Let's talk about the time I was in Nam.
You weren't in Nam.
Oh, yeah, I forget.
You weren't born yet.
I was watching Private Parts the other day where they were talking about...
Yeah, I don't know. I was in Vietnam. What division? The 103rd.
I don't know what I was in.
The 103rd what? I don't know what I was in, but I was in the 103rd.
The point is, a kill is a kill is a kill. Yeah. I suppose if you're killing children.
I suppose if you're killing children, you should count them.
I wonder if that was an actual bit they did on the air, or they just made that one up for the movie.
I suspect that was probably.
I know the woman really did have an orgasm on the air.
Yeah. No, I mean it's in the book, so. Yeah.
I need to read that.
I'm not sure if the kills in Vietnam thing is in the book or not, but.
Was the match game in the book?
I think he talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously in the book it's all very different, but I think he did mention that they did a match game bit on NBC.
Well, the thing that I was reading recently was that Robin didn't get fired from NBC and come back. They wouldn't bring her and Fred originally, and they came on a year later or something like that.
Yeah, it sounds familiar. It's been a long time since I read the book.
Pig Vomit.
Yes, that I've told you because I remember that.
And
also, Pig Vomit in the movie is really based on a couple of people.
Yeah.
It's not just the one guy.
And the one guy isn't a real guy.
Huh?
it's like
well,
Kevin Metheny was
pig virus, but yeah,
This guy's
pig vomit
name
is
is
based on pig vomit's name was like Kenny Rushton.
Yeah,
there was no Kenny Rushton, obviously, but Kenny Rushton is based on Kevin Metheny and a couple of other people.
exactly. Which makes sense for a movie.
Yeah. There was a period at NBC where he was doing really well, and they weren't harassing him at all.
Yeah. He was fired by NBC.
Yeah, in like 87. Or actually, I think 85.
And then I think he was off the air for like 6 months.
Something like that.
And he was doing he was kind of doing like what Charlie Sheen did. He would like do sold out shows and stuff at like different venues across the country.
Well, I don't think he was going across the country because he wasn't nationally syndicated. I think he was just around the New York area.
He was syndicated in New York and Philly then.
I don't think he was syndicated in Philly yet. I don't think he
Philly
got
was his
syndicated
first
until he
market.
went to K-Rock.
He was on K-Rock for like 20 years.
Yep.
Good old K-Rock.
He did quite well then. And now there is no K-Rock.
What is it now?
I don't know. I don't know if it's talk radio or top 40 crap.
There's no rock station in New York anymore.
Well,
I don't know.
There's Q104.3.
I haven't listened
classic
to AM.
rock,
I haven't
but-
listened to FM in quite a while.
Yeah, there's still Q104.3, which is classic rock, but they do play some newer stuff too.
Newer stuff meaning like what people today would consider classic rock, or what?
A little bit of both, I guess.
Do you understand my point?
Yeah.
There was a really good rock station in Florida when I used to go down there, but I think it went off the air.
Yeah, Al, there isn't much left in FM at all anymore except crap and crap.
Yeah. It's all top 40 in Florida. It's top 40 in Spanish.
Yeah, well, that's where they make money. So
Spanish?
no, top 40 in general.
Yeah. Top 40
You get the
is-
most amount of listeners
Yeah, but it's crap.
of the few listeners that are still available.
Do you think I wonder how Satellite's doing?
I have no idea. The one thing about satellite is that they're subscription based, so
Yeah, and every car gets every new car gets a 3-month trial.
yeah, but after that it's done.
We kept it.
Some people do.
Well,
but
for the first 3 months it's free. Then after that you can extend it for 6 months for like $30.
I think my car can do satellite, but I don't know what the
I do. It's $100
what
a year
this-
for me.
is that what it is?
Yeah, I don't get Stern, but I'm not driving during that time.
Yeah. Well, Stern's on his own station like 24/7
Yeah,
now.
and he only does 3 days a week now, I think.
Does he?
Yeah.
Well, he's getting old. Yeah, he's like, I think he's over 60 now, isn't he?
He's gotta be. To Wikipedia.
Dun dun dun.
And I don't listen to Opie and Jim. What's it called now?
Oh yeah, they fired Anthony.
Yeah, after that.
No, I know,
Yeah.
I know about
He's
it.
60. He's 63.
Okay, yeah, he's edging towards retirement, I'm sure.
I don't even know. I think Anthony's doing like internet radio now.
Is he? Yeah.
Anthony Cumia, an American talk radio broadcaster, best known for hosting the Opie and Anthony show. He does his own video podcast on the Anthony Cumia show.
Anthony Cumia.
Two of them are just not funny.
No, I thought they were pretty funny back when they were on WNEW, but I haven't listened to any of that stuff in years.
When they're on satellite.
Certainly not since they were on satellite.
But they like created a feud with Stern that Stern didn't care about.
Yeah.
They used to call them 0.0 because that's where their ratings were. Something tripping back there. That's driving me crazy.
Wah.
So I close the door.
Wah.
So our esteemed leader had a trip to Europe,
Oh, goody.
Asia.
Yes.
Did you see the picture of them with their hands on the globe?
Yeah, I saw that.
I wanted to caption that the axis of evil. What are you doing?
I'm just looking at stuff.
What are you looking at? What is more important than our podcast? Our
I'm
audience
looking at
demands
stuff maybe for the podcast. How about that? Jagoff.
So what are you looking at? Tell me.
News.
Jews in the news.
Except all that's coming up is stuff about the Yankees.
First place Yankees.
Yes. See if they can hold it through the whole season.
Their pitching's starting to fall apart.
Yeah, I've noticed.
We're going to 2 games next week.
Lucky you. I have not been to a game since...
Well, if you want to blow off the shower, you can come.
Yeah, I wish. Don't work like that, unfortunately.
Sorry.
I may have to drive Melissa out there early so she can help set up things for the shower, because my mom and my sister-in-law probably aren't going to want to go there early and stand around and have to listen to Marsha the whole time. So,
Names. You're not supposed to use names.
We used our wife's names.
Yeah. Is your sister-in-law coming up?
Yes, I think so. It's not 100%, but it's like 90%, I think.
Cool. Yeah, I still have to sell tickets to that game. Where? What are you doing?
I told you, I'm looking at news stuff.
So yeah, and
Cool.
in sadder news, Lisa Spoonauer passed away this week.
For those who don't know, and there are probably quite a few of you, Lisa Spoonauer was the actress who played Caitlin Bree in Clerks.
For those who don't know,
fucked the
Caitlin
dead
Bree is
guy.
who fucked the dead guy. Yeah, not the girl who sucked 37 dicks.
No, she can fuck lots of dead guys. They're all dead.
My mom's been fucking a dead guy for years. I call him Dad.
Yes.
That's one of my favorite lines in the movie.
My mom's been fucking a dead guy for a year. I call him Dad.
Do you know she actually married Jeff Anderson after the movie?
Did she?
They were married for like a year.
Oh. Obviously, that one lasted a long...
Yeah.
That one was a match made in heaven.
Yeah, Kevin wrote a really nice... not this Kevin. Kevin Smith.
I would think so.
The other
he knew
important-
her quite a bit better than I did.
The other important Kevin in my life.
Aw.
Okay, sort of. Devastated report that Lisa Spoonauer, who played Caitlin in Clerks, has passed away. In 1992, I went looking for Lisa without knowing either who she was or the integral role she played in my life. I had held a night of open auditions at the First Avenue Playhouse, where we found Brian O'Halloran and Marilyn Gigliotti.
Gigliotti.
Marilyn, Italian last name. But the perfect Caitlin Bree never walked through the door. So I popped into an acting class at Brookdale Community College and watched the students from the back. Lisa was easily the most natural and authentic voice in the room. She didn't sound like she was acting at all. She delivered scripted dialogue as if she was inventing her conversation in the moment, like people do in real life. Captivated, I approached Lisa cold in the parking lot after the class and said, "This is going to sound creepy, but do you want to be in a movie?" Fearlessly, she replied, "Not if it's porn." I told her a bit about Clerks and gave her a copy of the script and my phone number. She called me a few days later and said, "Well, it's not porn, but everyone talks like it is. It's funny. I'll do it." A complete stranger at first, Lisa quickly became one of the most important people I'd ever met when she joined Brian, Jeff Anderson, Marilyn, Jay Muse, Scott Mosier, and David Kleinzak? David Klein, ASC.
Okay, then.
As one of the chief architects of my first film. We'd rehearsed for a month straight in the store after hours where Lisa perfected Caitlin and fell in love with Jeff. The first night of the shoot, Lisa had to maneuver her way through a 7-minute scene with Brian in the video store. When Caitlin finally shows up in the movie, Lisa and Brian crushed it in one long take that still remains one of my favorite scenes I'd ever shot. Not because it shows off any directorial flair, it doesn't, but because it exemplified how great the performers were since we never had to cut away from their two-shot. But as strong as an actress as she was, Lisa was an even more excellent mother to her daughter Mia. Whenever we'd Facebook later in life, she'd gush about her baby girl proudly. My heart goes out to Tom, Mia, and Lisa's family. Thank you for dreaming my dream with me. You changed my life, Lisa.
Aww.
I'm gonna cry.
You didn't know her.
But
you
I
saw her in one movie
where she fucked a dead guy.
where she fucked a dead guy. And she decided to do mainly because it wasn't porn, but the people talked like it was.
I don't disagree with her.
I don't either, but
I don't think she was in anything else after that, really.
no. It's not like her acting career. It's not like anybody's acting career from that movie took off.
Yeah, I think Jay Muse had the most successful career after that.
Probably between Jay Muse and Kevin Smith himself. The guy who didn't speak in the whole movie until the end.
Well, most of it were his friends.
Yeah, well.
Mosier's actually doing pretty well for himself, too.
What does Mosier do outside View Askew stuff?
He's doing something in France right now. He has to be out there for 2 years, and he can't say what it is. But he's done some work on like a bunch of Marvel cartoons and stuff.
Okay.
Hey, But Kevin discovered this guy that very few people have heard of. I think his name was Ben Affleck.
I wouldn't say you discovered him, but...
Was Mallrats his first movie?
Well, he was in the Voyage of the Mimi series on PBS.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't know this?
No.
Look up Ben Affleck and Voyage of the Mimi. You'll see a...
And him and Matt Damon are like, why are you playing with my glasses?
I don't know, because they were there.
Are like cousins of some sort.
They're cousins?
Yeah.
I knew they knew each other from when they were
Well, they're
kids,
like best
but...
friends from growing up.
Okay. I didn't know they were related at all.
Yeah. They're like 17th cousins or something like that.
Oh, that doesn't count for anything. That's like super, super, super distant.
Well, speaking of Affleck, his brother starred in this movie Manchester by the Sea and won the Oscar.
Okay.
This is a really bad segue.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
So, Manchester. What the fuck, England?
Why is it England's fault?
Manchester's in England.
I'm aware of that. Why is it their fault that some lunatic decided to put a bomb in his backpack and go to an Ariana Grande concert of all places and blow himself up?
You know what my biggest issue with this whole thing is?
Other than Trump's shitty response? What?
Oh, no. Okay, let's put you in this hypothetical situation. You're at a concert and you hear explosions. What do you do first?
Check myself, look around, see like, okay, is something going on here? Was this something in the distance or did something just happen here?
What do most people do nowadays?
Whip out their phone?
Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with people?
Because that's what they do. Or maybe they once they realized they were okay, then they whipped out their phones.
Some of it I think was they were recording the end of the concert.
That too.
That I think was part of it, but too many people, like, this was about 2 years ago. It was my birthday. Marissa and I were in the city for dinner. And we were at Penn Station. There was a bomb threat, and they went to evacuate Penn Station. All of a sudden, I looked around. Marissa booked it. She was gone. I had to call her. I'm like, where the fuck did you go? She was like the village. She ran out so quickly. I didn't know what happened to her. I never saw her move that fast in my life.
To this day.
Seriously. Like, she moves faster than if there's a sale. Oh, my phone just got a notification. Like, is she texting me that she hears what I'm talking about? It's bad. You think she doesn't listen to the podcast? Please don't tell my wife.
You're in trouble. As usual.
That's
like the norm for you.
It's just like... And Max is here.
Well, Max is always here. We're just used to it.
And I'm drawing ugly pictures.
Oh, well.
But... Yeah, it's just...
Learn how to draw better ones.
It's just a sad world we live in where people get to blow up other people. I don't think anybody died from the explosion. I think the people that died were, like, trampled to death, right?
Oh, I have no idea. I just don't... What was it? It was like 2 people? No, it was like 20 people.
Yeah. Because the explosion wasn't in the concert. It was outside the concert.
It was outside the concert, but it was as people were leaving.
Yeah.
So he caught people, obviously, as they were heading out.
And, like... Ariana Grande felt... Marissa's like, why is she so upset? I'm like, she's blaming herself.
Her concert.
She has survivor's guilt.
Yeah.
And Marissa goes, do you think she's hot? I'm like, I think she needs a cheeseburger. Look at her. She's like a toothpick.
Yeah, she is pretty skinny.
What are you doing?
I told you, I'm looking at shit.
So read what you're looking at. What is on your screen right now? Read it aloud. I demand.
No.
What are you?
Nothing important.
You were on Facebook, weren't you?
No, I was not on Facebook.
You were on Instagram, weren't you? Crazy Jewish.
No, I was not.
You were on Pornhub, weren't you?
No. Tool.
Ooh, so how was your first golf outing of the summer?
Interesting. I guess I can tell the raccoon story.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good.
This is pretty good. We were paired up with this guy, and at the beginning of the round, he whips out like a sandwich or something with a bag from Panera Bread, and he goes, "Oh yeah, I brought like 2 of these or 3 of them, whatever it was. So I have food for later." I'm like, all right, cool. Okay, hey, smart move. Good job, man. So we're going through, and it was, I don't know, 4th, 5th, 6th hole. Somewhere, it was like right between holes. We noticed that there's a raccoon hanging out, off to the side, when we go to get our putters to go on the green. And when we come back, the pocket of this guy's golf bag was open. The raccoon had opened up the zippered pocket of the guy's bag, reached in, got out one of the bags, and took a sandwich. And then the raccoon was in the woods eating this guy's sandwich.
It's pretty impressive.
The weird thing is the guy was like walking over to him. We're like, no, dude, get away. If the raccoon's out during the daytime, you don't want to be near it.
Probably rabid.
Because it's either rabid or pregnant. Either way, you don't want to get close to it. Let that go. You have another sandwich.
That's pretty funny. I haven't gone out yet this year.
I was impressed that the raccoon managed to pull open the guy's zipper.
We're going to have our second annual Citizen Ho golf outing.
We are?
Yeah, why not? Sponsored by...
What, can that be next weekend? Wait, no, probably not.
I'm busy next weekend.
See, that's when it's supposed to be.
What, on my birthday?
Yeah.
I'm going to see, people make fun of religious people.
Oh, yeah. Yes, you are.
Who's in that right now?
I don't know.
So, yeah.
I know Josh Gad was in it.
Yeah. For my birthday, Marissa and I are going to see the Book of Mormon on Broadway. Funny story about when Kevin bought these tickets. Yeah. He bought them for his wife for Valentine's Day, but the earliest he could go was her birthday. So he bought them in February, and Melissa's birthday is January 4th.
So basically, I got her Valentine's ticket to see a show almost a year later.
It's pretty good.
But hey, we got to see it, and I think Josh Gad was still in the show then.
He may have stayed in it longer than his contract.
Maybe.
Who's in it right now? I don't even know.
I have no
idea.
Let's look. But I suspect that once you see it, you'll appreciate the concept, at least the concept of Josh Gad in that role.
I've heard the music before. I've heard it. It's pretty funny.
Oh, but yeah, Josh Gad was like a perfect choice for that kind of role.
Will you put my glasses down, you Teutonic twit?
Oh, shut up! Look, with you playing with all the crap on my table all the time.
And you're my defense, you have so much more crap on your table than I do.
So exactly, this is all I have to tinker with. So leave me alone.
God, we really do sound like an old married couple. Who's in the show? Let's see if we've heard of any of these people. Nick Rouleau.
Who?
I don't know, but he looks like he's 12. Brian Sears is Eldrick Cunningham. He's effing thrilled to return.
Okay.
He does not look like Josh Gad.
Oh. Yeah, Eldrick Cunningham was Josh Gad's role, right?
Isn't there a character named General Butt Fucking Naked?
Not that I recall. Although I guess it's possible.
I don't know anyone in this show.
What do you expect? It's been on Broadway for years. You don't exactly have the first string cast anymore.
It's probably been on at least 7 years.
It's been out for a while, yeah.
The sad part is some of the shit is really what they believe in.
Some of the shit is what?
It's true. Like the Xenu shit. That's been on about 6 years.
Really?
Yeah. Thought it was longer too. The Book of Mormon.
Nah.
Did you enjoy the show?
I did.
You should see Hamilton.
I liked it a lot. Yeah. And all the time that I have to go see Broadway shows now.
You're going to see one in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know. Because my parents got us tickets and they volunteered to babysit Max. Although now that we may have some babysitters lined up, it might be easier to make those arrangements.
Will you put my glasses down before you break them?
I'm not going to break them.
You're twirling them around like they're twirl toys.
Well, where's the fidget spinner?
I think Max has it.
Exactly. This is my fidget spinner.
Max was in love with the fidget spinner I got as a...
They're strong. They're not going to go anywhere.
Well, do you know how I can get new glasses?
You can get new glasses if you can pay your bills.
And how do I do that, Kevin?
Go to www.audibletrial.com/citizenho, where you can sign up for a free 30-day trial account and get a free audiobook download. There are thousands upon thousands of titles to choose from, and if I stretch this out just quite long enough, Scott can read it to you now.
Okay. The Secret History of Wonder Woman by Jill Lepore. Narrated by Jill Lepore.
Who's Jill Lepore?
The author.
And?
That's about the publishing history of Wonder Woman. The movie's coming out this next week, so I figured it was a good one to go with.
Okay.
You gonna want to see that? Did you see Batman Superman yet?
No, I didn't. I mean, I'd be kind of interested to see it. Don't know if I will or not, but
the truth, I wouldn't say it's the first comic book movie about a woman. I mean, you've had Elektra and Catwoman.
Yeah.
But this is the first one of the modern age. Like, DC's beating Marvel should have done a Black Widow movie.
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson can carry a movie.
You think?
But I'm just saying, like, they should have done... What I think would have been a good one is they did a prequel Hawkeye Black Widow movie before the Avengers. I think that would have been a good team-up movie for them.
Maybe. But I mean, it's almost like they've covered that story. No way, you're not taking these back now. You don't get these back until I leave.
All they said is, this is like Budapest. You and I clearly remember Budapest very differently.
Yeah.
Oh, you heard the other thing that happened with the Justice League movie, right?
What?
So, Man of Steel was directed by Zack Snyder.
Yes.
He also directed Batman Superman, which were very polarized films. People... I liked both of them,
or hate them.
but I had problems with both of them.
Okay.
Superman is supposed to be this beacon of light. Superman is supposed to be the Ubermensch, the Nazi dream. Is supposed to be basically Superman, like a symbol of light, of hope. That's not a Nazi dream, but you know what I mean. He's supposed to be like everything people looked up to. And they did this dark, gritty take on Superman, kind of inspired, almost like a Dark Knight-esque in a way.
Yeah.
Which made it a very dark movie, Man of Steel.
To a degree.
Then Batman Superman...
But that, like, I think we've had this discussion, is that was... The whole point of it was a Superman reboot. So, to me, more than anything else, Man of Steel was just a fresh look from a different perspective, a different take on Superman. That was the point.
Okay, well, there's first thing. There's three things that never need to be shown in the movies again. Batman's origin, Superman's origin, Spider-Man's origin. Everyone knows it. You don't need to ever show it again.
Yeah, well, they didn't go into a ton of detail of Superman's origin.
In Man of Steel, they showed... The whole movie was Superman's origin. It was an entire movie of Superman's origin.
But it was a totally different origin story. It wasn't the origin story that you usually see.
Last Son of Krypton. It's the same origin story.
Okay,
the whole thing about
the most basic aspect of it.
The whole thing about the birthing matrix and stuff like that was stupid.
Why? It was a different take on it.
Then Batman, Superman, again, they showed Batman's origin, which is mom and dad died, I'm angry, I'm going to kill people. Well, not kill people.
Not kill people, I'm going to avenge their death.
Again, they went very dark, and Ben Affleck was really good at Batman, but there was no heart to the movie, which I agree with. It's like, there's some cool scenes and some great action, but Superman and Batman stopped fighting because they both have, their mothers have the same name. And I'm not kidding. That's really the reason.
I know, you've told me that. And what I don't get is how that even comes up while they're fighting.
Do you want me to tell you, or do you want to watch the movie?
Sure, tell me.
Okay, so Lex Luthor is a genius in this movie. He determines everyone's secret identity. So he knows Superman's Clark Kent, he knows Bruce Wayne is Batman. But he wants them to kill each other so he can unleash this doomsday. To get Superman to attack Batman, he kidnaps Martha Kent.
Okay.
And then he says, the only way you save your mother is if you kill Batman. So he goes to fight Batman, but he doesn't want to fight him. And Batman is so much stuff has happened to Batman where he doesn't trust Superman that he will only fight him and won't listen to him. So Batman is ready to kill Superman with a kryptonite spear. And Superman goes, have to save Martha. Have to save Martha. And Batman's like, who's Martha? Who's Martha? And then Lois comes, it's his mother. And that's really why they stopped fighting.
Yeah, it's pretty lame.
And I didn't like how they did Doomsday in here. In this movie, it just wasn't very good.
Okay.
But anyway, I tried. So, Zack Snyder was also directing the Justice League movie. About a couple of days ago, there was a post online. His daughter, 20-year-old daughter, committed suicide in March. And they're doing reshoots and post-production right now. And he just said, I can't put my full into it right now. There's too much. I have to heal my family. Warner Brothers offered to push back the movie so he could take the time he needs. But he didn't want to do that. So what he did is, Joss Whedon was writing the reshoots, some of the reshoots for him, and he's going to direct the rest and finish up the movie.
Okay, yeah, that I heard about.
And, Joss Whedon is the person I'd want to direct the Justice League movie, but not under these circumstances.
Yeah, but he's not directing the movie.
He's directing it.
Research.
He's kind of going to do it. He's going to AI it. He's going to like how Spielberg directed AI as if he was Kubrick. He's going to direct these scenes as if he was Snyder to make sure it has the same. He wants the movie to have the same tone.
Okay. And Joss Whedon is the one. Joss Whedon did the Avengers, right?
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
He's also directing a Batgirl movie for DC.
Okay. Batgirl, huh?
But Wonder Woman again is like going to be. The early reviews are coming in pretty good for it. The whatchamacallit is lifted on Tuesday. The Tuesday's the day critics can actually say what they say.
Oh, okay.
I forgot
the gag order.
The gag order. Thank you. So anyway, speaking of movies, it's Memorial Day weekend. It's a big weekend for movies.
Is it? I don't know. I was looking before. It didn't seem like there were
there's two big blockbusters came out.
Well, yeah. All right. So, yeah, time for We Don't Know Shit About Movies. Dot, 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 dot.
Yeah.
So, we start off this week with Babe Watch, starring Pamela Anderson somehow.
She's a cameo in it. I don't know why they gave her top billing.
Because she's Pamela Anderson? I don't know. Dwayne Johnson, Mark Swift, and Zac Efron. A new hotshot lifeguard, Efron, butts heads with the infamous badass and universally loved Mitch Buchanan.
You were about to say universally.
What?
You were about to say universally.
No. Okay. Head lifeguard of... So, yeah. He's butting heads with Mitch Buchanan, who's played by The Rock, head lifeguard of Baywatch in Miami. Didn't it take place in L.A.?
That's what I thought.
Anyway. Although the bay seems like any other beach, mysterious activity arises at a local beach club, leading Mitch to believe his beloved bay is in danger, and his team must come together to save it.
Rodden.
See, what I don't get is wasn't the show like mostly about the chicks?
No, Hasselhoff.
Yeah, I know Hasselhoff.
He was the main character.
Okay.
I mean, there's a couple of hot chicks in it. Yeah, I see what you're saying. There's only one girl, and 3 guys, and she's not even.
Yeah, it seems like the women aren't like.
Alexandria Daddario is in it, I think.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm going
I think I'm going to go rotten on that too. All right, next, go.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Caribbean.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Caribbean.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Caribbean.
Pirates of the Dead Men Tell No Tales.
Caribbean.
Starring Johnny Depp, Kaya Scodelario.
Yeah, sure.
Brendan Thwaites and Javier Bardem. Thrust into an all-new adventure, a down-on-his-luck Captain Jack Sparrow finds the winds of ill fortune blowing even more strongly when deadly ghost pirates, led by his old nemesis, the terrifying Captain Salazar Bardem, escape from the Devil's Triangle, determined to kill every pirate at sea, including him. Captain Jack's only hope of survival lies in seeking out the legendary Trident of Poseidon, a powerful artifact that bestows upon its possessor total control of the seas. 5th movie, Rodden.
Yeah. I can't believe they're still making those.
The 4th one actually wasn't terrible, but it wasn't good.
Okay. All right, next we have Berlin Syndrome, starring Teresa Palmer and Max Reinfeldt. Reinfeldt, I don't know.
Well, who cares? She's dead.
No, maybe not. While holidaying in Berlin, Australian... Isn't it on holiday? Not holidaying? Because that just sounds wrong.
Holiday?
All right, shut up. Australian photographer Claire meets Andy, a charismatic local man, and there is an instant attraction between them. A night of passion ensues. A lot of ba-dum-bump. But what initially appears to be the start of a romance takes an unexpected and sinister turn when Claire wakes the following morning to discover Andy has left for work and locked her in his apartment. An easy mistake to make, of course, except Andy has no intention of letting her go again. Ever.
Dun dun dun. Right.
I was going to think foreign film cred, but this sounds stupid. Open a fucking window.
Have you ever seen Forgetting Sarah Marshall?
No.
There's a scene where they're talking about this movie that Kristen Bell's character was. It was like, if you answer the cell phone, you're dead. And they're like, why don't you just take the battery on the phone? Hello? Oh, I win. Black Butterfly. Antonio Banderas. Jonathan Rhys Meyers. And Piper Paraboo. Interesting casting.
I guess.
Outside a mountain town grappling with a series of abductions and murders, Paul, Antonio Banderas, how come it's not Paulo or Pablo?
I don't know.
A reclusive writer struggles to start what he hopes will be a career-saving screenplay. After an intense encounter at a diner with a drifter named Jack, Jonathan Rhys-Meyers, Paul offers Jack a place to stay. And soon the edgy, demanding Jack muscles his way into Paul's work. As the storm cuts off the power to the isolated cabin, the two men begin a jagged game of one-upmanship that will bring at least one tale to an end.
What?
Where the fuck did they come to this shit?
Okay, rotten. Buena Vista Social Club. Really? The Seinfeld's parents? The musicians.
Boca Vista.
Whatever. It sounds similar.
Buena
enough.
Vista is like Disney. It's a lake.
Yeah, I know Lake Buena Vista.
Is that Max crying?
I don't know. Maybe. The musicians of the Buena Vista Social Club exposed the world to Cuba's vibrant culture with their landmark 1997 album. Now, against the backdrop of Cuba's captivating musical history, hear the band's story as they reflect on their remarkable careers and extraordinary circumstances that brought them together. Documentary cred.
Fresh.
Yep.
Lady Blood Fight. Starring Amy Johnson, Muriel Hoffman, Jenny Wu, and Kathy Wu. A troubled American girl, Amy Johnson, is recruited to fight in a vicious all-female and underground Japanese martial arts tournament known as the Kumite. This is Bloodsport.
Okay.
It's a sequel to Bloodsport with Kumite.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, this is going to be rotten.
Yeah. Yes, it will. All right, next. Long Strange Trip. The first full-length documentary to explore Grateful Dead's fiercely independent vision, perpetual innovation, and uncompromising commitment to their audience that made the Bay Area band one of the most influential musical groups of their generation. Documentary cred.
Spirit Game, Pride of a Nation. Oren Lyons, Jim Brown, Bill Belichick, and Al Gore. The documentary follows the Iroquois Nationals lacrosse team on the road as they compete in the 2015 World Box Lacrosse Championship. For the first time ever, the championship games were held on an Indian reservation in Onondaga in upstate New York, the capital of the Iroquois Confederacy. Documentary cred.
Yeah, I'll give it that. Although it still sounds weird, but anyway. War Machine, starring Brad Pitt, Emery Cohen, Topher Grace, and Anthony Michael Hall. An absurdist war story for our times. Writer-director David
Michaud.
Yeah, like I said, Michaud, who also did Animal Kingdom, recreates a U.S. general's roller coaster rise and fall as part reality, part savage parody, raising the specter of just where the line between them lies today. His is an exploration of a born leader's ultra-confident march right into the dark heart of folly. At the story's core is Brad Pitt's sly take on a successful, charismatic four-star general who leapt in like a rock star to command NATO forces in Afghanistan, only to be taken down by a journalist's no-holds-barred expose.
I'm going rotten. I'm going to go fresh. It's a streaming release.
Yeah, I'm going fresh on that one.
It's a flickster.
Do. Yeah, there were only like 9 movies this week. Seems small. That's what she said.
Pirates of the Caribbean. Dead Men Tell No Tales. Rotten. Someone here? You go check the door. Someone's there. Baywatch. Rotten. No. Berlin Syndrome. Berlin Syndrome. Fresh. Black Butterfly. No reviews. Buena Vista Social Club. Oh, documentary cred failed us, Kev.
Aww.
Lady Blood Flight. Ooh, rotten. Ooh. Long strip. Long strange strip, 100%.
Hey, Grateful Dead.
Yeah.
And drugs.
They're going to keep on trucking.
Not anymore.
Spirit Game, 80% fresh. And War Machine. Not War of the Worlds, War Machine. Is this the right War Machine? Yes. Ooh, rotten, barely.
Aww.
All right. So, tweet us at CitizenHoPod, Facebook.com/CitizenHo. Email us, dumbass@CitizenHo.com. iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play. Like us, review us. We'll read your reviews on the air, we promise. Contact us somehow.
Why not?
Please, we're lonely. Do you want to hear your own words as read by two idiots? Contact us.
Right.
Anyway, that's the episode for this week. I'm Scott.
I'm Kevin.
Be excellent to each other.
Bye-bye.
Station.